As threats of Iran's attack on Israel looming large after killing of Hamas's leader Ismail Haniyeh, US has intensified efforts for peace in West Asia. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken reiterated on Friday that there was urgent need to cease fire in Gaza to save the hostages and ensure their return from the captivity of Hamas. Blinken on Friday told Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant in a phone call that the escalation of tensions was in no party's interest. During the call, Blinken also assured that the United States will not impose sanctions on the Israeli military's Netza Yehuda battalion and has decided to end an investigation into potential rights violations by the units in the occupied West Bank. A day earlier, Israeli Defense Minister also spoke to US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin about the situation in region. Well, the White House has condemned Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich for arguing against a ceasefire and a hostage release deal brokered with the Biden administration. White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby said that the finance minister was misleading the Israeli public and Biden administration will not allow extremists, including Israel, to push Gaza ceasefire talks. Of course, United States and allies have been trying to arrange a ceasefire for hostages deal for months, but have consistently run into obstacles from both Israel and Hamas. All right, and DD India correspondent Trent Murray joins us to give more information on this. Hello, Trent. What can we make out of the entire situation when it comes to ceasefire deal?
Well, look, what we saw was that joint statement by the US, Qatar and Egypt earlier this week, putting on the table this framework for a ceasefire and asking Israel and Hamas to restart talks. Now, we know that Thursday next week has been the date they have suggested. We understand it is Cairo or Doha, which will be the venue. And over the past 24 hours, we've seen a number of countries up behind that suggestion, including the UK, France, the European Union, as well as the UAE. Now, of course, what is difficult is that these negotiations have been trending now for several months. Israelis have certainly suggested they will be there on Thursday. We still are waiting for confirmation from Hamas. But effectively what this statement says is that the framework is on the table. The deal is there. Just some final details need to be ironed out by both sides, and then potentially a ceasefire could come. I think what will make things difficult is that, of course, Ismail Haniyeh, the former leader of Hamas, was killed roughly a week and a half ago in an explosion in Tehran. Hamas now has a new leader, Yahya Sinwar. He is a hardline militant, considered the mastermind of the October 7th attack, and it's thought he favours further armed conflict versus diplomacy. He is also currently believed to be in a bunker underneath the Gaza Strip, unable to leave. So look, all eyes really on what he will do in his new leadership. Will he be willing to continue talks, or will he favour more armed conflict with the Israelis? We'll have to wait and see leading up to that crucial day on Thursday.
Okay, Trent, reports of a major airstrike in Gaza on a school. What is the IDF saying?
Yeah, that's right. The IDF has confirmed in the past few hours that it did target a school in Gaza City. Now, it says that in that school were Hamas militants as well as members of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, another group in Gaza. And now they are saying that they work to minimise civilian casualties, including by using precision munitions, aerial surveillance and intelligence. But we are getting a very different picture from Palestinian sources. Certainly Palestinian media and the Hamas-run government press office is saying that over 100 civilians were killed, displaced civilians who were sheltering there, having previously evacuated. They say the airstrike took place during early morning prayers, which is what has led to this high casualty count. The IDF, in response to that, has released a new statement in the past hour saying they believe that death toll is exaggerated, but the pictures that we're seeing out of Gaza are incredibly distressing, and I think it will certainly underscore the need to really try and restart ceasefire negotiations to minimise civilians being caught up in the crossfire of this conflict.
Okay, Trent, thank you so much for your analysis. We'll keep taking updates.